Welcome into Jags A.M. I'm Kainani Stevens. Brian Sexton and John Oehser with me this morning as we get ready for a Week 3 matchup with the Texans. We're going to go over our big things with you today, brought to you by GEHA, Government Employees Health Association, benefits for federal employees and retirees. So big thing number one is aggressive, not reckless. After the game against the Bengals, head coach Liam Cohen very adamant about going for it on fourth down in Bengals territory rather than taking the field goal when they had a 3-point lead. He said analytics said so and that it's always a go for him. He elaborated further on Monday about why he is always going to be aggressive with his team.
Well, that was a combination of data and gut, where you're saying, okay, who's on the other side, other quarterback, your opposing quarterback on the road, to go up 6 there. That we've watched that scenario play out too many times in my game management meeting for me to not feel 100% confident with that decision. You watch so many opportunities where you do that. You go up 6, you kick it off. They get the ball at the plus 30 to 35 yard line, and now their mindset is touchdown. And so you go down, and they go down and score, and you lose by 1 point. You guys would all be killing me today anyway. So at the end of the day, I want to be aggressive and give ourselves a chance to go close games out on our terms.
Jaguars weren't able to convert that fourth down, so obviously questions arise, Brian, when they lose a game like that. But he mentions, analytics, part of it's gut, part of it's what the feeling of the game is, but reiterating that he wants his team to be aggressive at all times.
Well, listen, questions arise, Kai, because people just aren't used to that sort of aggressiveness. They're used to the conventional way of doing things. And he told us on the first drive of the season when he went for it on 4th and 1 inside his own 40-yard line that he was going to be aggressive. He wants to trust his team, and he wants his team to trust him. When, John, he decided he was going to do it, I went, wow. But when you just took a minute to think about it, what he just explained, it made a lot of sense. You had confidence in your defense. You had them backed up with a backup quarterback. They did get them to 4th down a couple of times. I love the aggressiveness, and I love the fact that this guy, as his team improves, is only going to take chances more often.
Yeah, do you remember the hue and cry and the outcry when he went for it on 4th and 1 in the opener? No, because it worked. I mean, and that's what happens. The old school guy, I even said to Kai, I said, this is a bad decision when he did it. But that's the old school guy. And I stepped back and I realized the NFL these days, more and more you assume the other team in that situation, 35, 40-yard line late in the game, as he said, with the mindset of going for it, which means they're playing 4 downs. This is the way they play football in the NFL now. He's going to be aggressive. He's always going to do it. I've got a lot of ozone questions, Brian, and a lot of debate. You can end the debate. It's what he's going to do.
Well, listen, if Brian Thomas Jr. catches the ball, again, there's no debate about it at all. In that he called the right play, Kai. He had it dialed up perfectly, and the quarterback put the ball there. And Brian just didn't catch it, and I don't want to beat that horse because I know we're going to talk about that plenty. But the reality of it is he made the right decision, and he called the right play. It's just now about execution.
Yes, all about execution. Some changes here in Jacksonville, so it's nice to see and know what we're going to see going forward. Our second big thing today is going to be communication. Communication is key always, but a little talk being made of the reaction between head coach Liam Cohen and quarterback Trevor Lawrence going back and forth on the sideline during the game. Now, both of them kind of reiterating it wasn't that big of a deal, but also Cohen talked about it on Monday.
It gets made to be a thing, obviously, in this rat poison world we live in, but it's it's emotional. It's an emotional game. It's a competitive game. We're all competitive. We're all emotional. I can control mine better. And he was just telling me to move on. He wasn't telling me to go screw. He's just saying, dude, move on. Come on, guys. But yeah, to answer your question, Ryan, I was very pleased with the way he showed something. He did. Yeah. He got ticked off at times. He had great dialogue with his teammates on the sidelines. He made some huge throws for us in critical moments. And if anything, I was extremely encouraged with Trevor post-game.
John, we got a rat poison mention a la Nick Saban, so that's always fun. But talking about that relationship, this is a different coaching style for Trevor.
Yeah.
I think it might be good for him.
Yeah, Look, that's all real. I mean, what Liam was saying, and I talked to some people over the time he's been here. He has a very unique way of holding players accountable. His communication with players, he's going to get in their face. He's going to be emotional with them. But at the same time, when he does that, he has a way that they know he supports them. It's a different kind of style than I've been around, but the players respond to it. They trust it. I think Trevor Lawrence trusts that they can have that sort of interaction, and so does Liam, and it not have ramifications. This is a story because rat poison, whatever, because this thing turns into a story, but it's not an issue within these walls.
It's a game of emotion and of human confrontation, right? I loved it because I think that we need a bit of that. You know, the coach is passionate, and Trevor Lawrence is decidedly dispassionate. You know, when he's out there playing football, he isn't ruled by his emotions. And so to have a coach who is the opposite end, there's a balancing effect here, and I think that'll be good for both of them. Plus, it's drama, and football is entertainment, and it drives viewership, and people are interested. We're still talking about it. But overall, bottom line, I really believe that this will be good for both men.
Kai, I can't tell you the number of times I've heard in the last month, they're coaching Trevor really hard because he's learning new things, adapting to a system. He's being coached differently than ever before. The number of times that I've heard, they are ecstatic with how he's taken that coaching. Yeah. So again, this is a thing because these things become a thing in social media era. It's not a thing inside the walls.
I was going to say, I think Trevor's really taken to it as well, at least from what we've seen the first couple of weeks and through training camp. So our final big thing today is going to be Texans time, because before we know it, it's going to be Texans time here. The Texans are returning to be the first divisional matchup so far for the Jags. We've seen a lot so far from what this new regime is going to look like, Brian, but these games are important. So what are we going to see against the Texans?
You know, Kai, just to give everyone a history lesson, the Texans came in here as an expansion team in 2002 and beat the Jaguars. And ever since then, they have had the upper hand. And it felt like in 2022 that the Jaguars had turned the corner and they were ready to sort of sit atop the division in the South like they never had. And yet here comes C.J. Stroud, who's won 3 of 4 against the Jaguars over the last 2 years. And then you have the move with the linebacker, you know, and the hit on Trevor last year. The Jaguars have a lot of reasons to be emotional and to play hard. But the most important one, John, is they have an opportunity to go 2-1 and to make the Texans 0-3. And that is all that matters this week.
Yeah, I'm not going to dwell on the hit because that's going to be a topic enough as we move forward. But the Texans are a team that likes to try to intimidate under DeMeco Ryans. They're a physical team. They'll push. This week, I believe the Jaguars will push back.
Let's see. All right, stay with us here on Jags A.M. We're going to talk some more about what's coming up the rest of the week.
Since 2014, there's been only one official home builder of the Jaguars, Dream Finders Homes. With quality-built homes and a speedy move-in process, we're in 20-plus communities in the best locations across Northeast Florida. Dream Finders Homes is everywhere you want to live. So get off the sidelines, Jags fans, and get into the game. Let Dream Finders help you navigate your home purchase and offer great interest rates. Visit DreamFindersHomes.com for all your move-in-ready homes and step up your game.
Dude, did you order the new iPhone 17 Pro? Got it from Verizon, the best 5G network in America. I never looked so good.
You look the same.
But with this camera, everything looks better, especially me.
You haven't changed your hair in 15 years. Selfies? Check, please.
New and existing customers can get the new iPhone 17 Pro, designed to be the most powerful iPhone ever. With eligible phone trade-in and unlimited ultimate. Any condition guaranteed. Best 5G source root metrics data, United States, 1H 2025. All rights reserved. Trade-in and additional terms apply for all offers. See Verizon.com for details.
My best friend Riley loved going to the beach. She was a great swimmer. Then one day, during a swim meet, she collapsed. She had cancer, Hodgkin lymphoma. She spent months getting care at UF Health. The doctors did so much, even put her in a clinical trial. I wish we could go to the beach right now. But she's working.
Out of the water.
She's on lifeguard duty. Maybe we'll head out when her shift is done.
UF Health. Human progress has no finish line. NFL fans, when it's time to get Jaguars tickets, you can tackle game day with total certainty with Ticketmaster. With 100% verified tickets available all season long, you can count on getting in with ease and spend time focusing on the good stuff. Even if you're headed to the game last minute, you can still score seats. Want to meet up inside the stadium with your crew? Transferring your tickets is an easy handoff. So get those touchdown celebrations ready and score your tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Jaguars.
When disaster strikes, trust the experts at Surf Pro. As a proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars, they bring the same dedication and precision to restoring your property as the Jaguars do on the field. Whether it's water, fire, or storm damage, their highly trained professionals are on call 24/7 to make it like it never even happened. Surf Pro, your local leader in restoration and cleanup.
Are you ready for a taste bud touchdown? Well, Jags fans, if you're at the bank and craving a snack that's shell-shockingly good, look no further than Luray Peanut Company's boiled peanuts. Picture this, you in the stands, cheering on your Jaguars, and in one hand, a bag of piping hot boiled peanuts. With original or Cajun to choose from, they're so delicious, you'll wonder where they've been all your life. So grab them while they're hot and get back to the game. And as always, Duval! Luray boiled peanuts, where every nut is a winner.
Jags A.M. brought to you by Fields Auto Group, Jacksonville's premier luxury auto group. You can check them out at fieldsauto.com. Also, this weekend's not home opener, our first divisional game against the Texans, brought to you by UF Health, the official healthcare partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
This or that. This or that.
Welcome back to Jags A.M. this morning. We're going to talk a little this or that as we're looking ahead to that divisional matchup against the Texans, what we might see out of the offense a little bit, because we saw two players kind of jumped out to me a little bit in terms of getting extra playing time. We'll start out with Bashal Tutin, obviously traded Tank Bigsby to the Eagles last week, and then Tutin got some increase in carries, and he certainly took advantage of that. Do we think that'll keep increasing every week? Do we think it'll be a slow, maybe later in the season will kind of take over? Or do you think it's always going to be half and half with ETN?
I think it's going to reach that point where it's half and half with him and ETN, because I think it's clear that the young legs are dynamic, and he is a playmaker, and this coaching staff loves him. And ETN just keeps performing at a level. There's no reason to not have him on the field as well. These guys take a lot of hits. Running back careers are notoriously short because of all the abuse that they take. So why not go 50-50 if that's what Tutin has earned at this point? It looked like he had earned it last Sunday in Cincinnati, John. And, maybe it's 45-45 and then 10% for LaQuint Allen, because he brings you something too.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I think they're, I don't want to say they're going to work or they're going to have to work to keep Tutin off the field, because I don't think they want to. And I don't think they want to work to keep either of these guys off the field. Tutin has shown there's going to be a time in the next 18, 24 months for this franchise where I think this kid's the guy.
Yeah.
And he's shown speed. He's shown pretty remarkable balance and toughness. I think it's really, it's a testament to how well ETN's played that Tutin's not already starting.
Yeah.
Because they believe he has that kind of ability, and Travis has just earned the right to still be playing because he's playing so well. It's an unbelievably good situation running back.
Pardon me, I believe that will continue because ETN's playing for his future, which is likely to be somewhere else on the fifth-year option this year. So as long as you have a player who's so motivated to keep playing at a high level, I think it benefits everybody to just keep giving them both reps.
I know John kind of predicted the ETN breakout, but it's been nice to see the team as a whole talk about focusing on the run, but really embracing it and so forth. And so what we talked about, just Liam Cohen coaching the run and kind of the plays and how he's involving the running backs and everything, it's making them so much more dynamic.
I thought ETN was the best player on the field for most of training camp, and I'm not surprised that he's able to carry it through, but it doesn't always happen that way.
Let's talk about another really good training camp performance, and also now we're seeing in the regular season, Parker Washington probably had the best training camp of maybe anybody we saw on offense. And, when his number is called, it's not called a lot, but he comes through on the offense, making some tremendous catches against the Bengals. John, is it time to find more time for him? Or
it's past time.
How do you do it?
And the only reason he hasn't played more is because it's been so hard. You have three talented guys in that lineup. in front of him. But he was remarkable the other day in run after the catch. The catch he made down near, I'm going to say it's the 15-yard line, the one where he high pointed the ball. That's as good a catch outside Evan Ingram's catch against Green Bay last year in the end zone, everybody remembers. That was an unbelievable catch. Yes, he's going to play a lot more. He's earned it. And frankly, they're a better team when he's in the game than maybe any of the other three receivers right now. So he has to play.
Football is a meritocracy. You earn your time by what you do. And if De'Ami Brown drops passes in the end zone, Parker Washington is going to get his opportunity to play. If Brian Thomas Jr. can't make key catches like fourth down in the final couple of minutes, then Parker Washington's going to get his chances. And I'll use an example because you both were there and you saw it. Parker Washington made a big debut in Cleveland in 2023. You remember that game? And he made a couple of spectacular catches like, wow. Well, he had to develop some more and become more consistent. But we've seen this from him all throughout training camp. And then, how about last week? I mean, Parker Washington's 5'7", and he went up over a 6 foot.
I think he's taller than 5'7", but I get your point.
Okay. But he's sort of a Maurice Jones-Drew. Yeah. He's not much taller than 5'7". He went up over a much taller player and just snatched the ball away. Well, that's skill. That's talent. That's strength, and that's that's drive. He wanted to make that play and be the best. And I think that's such a good example for Brian Thomas Jr.
And here's also the thing that I'm sure is happening, and Trevor would never say it. He's got to have more trust in Parker Washington right now than De'Ami and Brian Thomas Jr. I'm not trying to criticize those two, but every time he throws the ball to Parker, something good happens. When you're under fire in the pocket, you naturally start going to that guy.
Yep.
I think we'll see more of it as well. So coming up after the break, we'll talk a little bit about what's been going on around the division and the NFL.
Since 2014, there's been only one official home builder of the Jaguars, Dream Finders Homes. With quality-built homes and a speedy move-in process, we're in 20-plus communities in the best locations across Northeast Florida. Dream Finders Homes is everywhere you want to live. So get off the sidelines, Jags fans, and get into the game. Let Dream Finders help you navigate your home purchase and offer great interest rates. Visit DreamFindersHomes.com for all your move-in ready homes and step up your game.
To aim higher, run faster. It's what elite athletes do. Always strive for better. At UF Health, we have that same DNA. To not just treat a stroke, but to create a fleet of mobile stroke treatment units. To not just do research, but to use AI to save lives with one of the most powerful supercomputers in academia. We believe, like athletes, that human progress has no finish line. UF Health, National Medical Center for Team USA.
When disaster strikes, trust the experts at Surf Pro. As a proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars, they bring the same dedication and precision to restoring your property as the Jaguars do on the field. Whether it's water, fire, or storm damage, their highly trained professionals are on call 24/7 to make it like it never even happened. Surf Pro, your local leader in restoration and cleanup.
Are you ready for a taste bud touchdown? Well, Jags fans, if you're at the bank and craving a snack that's shell-shockingly good, look no further than Luray Peanut Company's boiled peanuts. Picture this, you in the stands, cheering on your Jaguars, and in one hand, a bag of piping hot boiled peanuts. With original or Cajun to choose from, they're so delicious, you'll wonder where they've been all your life. So grab them while they're hot and get back to the game. And as always, Duval! Luray boiled peanuts, where every nut is a winner.
NFL fans, when it's time to get Jaguars tickets, you can tackle game day with total certainty with Ticketmaster. With 100% verified tickets available all season long, you can count on getting in with ease and spend time focusing on the good stuff. Even if you're headed to the game last minute, you can still score seats. Want to meet up inside the stadium with your crew? Transferring your tickets is an easy handoff. So get those touchdown celebrations ready and score your tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Jaguars. What's the best part about lawn care during the winter? You can give it a rest. Lawns only need watering up to once a week. Really, that's it. Using less water means you're saving time and money that you can put towards something else. Before you run your sprinklers, remember, give it a rest and only water up to once a week. For more information, visit waterlessflorida.com.
For 12 years, Dreamfinders Homes have been proud to call themselves the official home builder of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit dreamfindershomes.com for all of the available inventory, and go Jags. Welcome back into Jags A.M. as I look at the correct camera. Welcome back, as we're going to talk a little bit about the NFL and the AFC South as well, but talk about that injury to Joe Burrow. Saw him leave in the second quarter of the game against the Jaguars this weekend, and now confirmed information he's going to have to get surgery on his foot. It's turf toe, and he could be out 3 months, which is Jake Browning came back and got the win for his team, so I don't know if they're going to go that route or they're going to bring someone else in, but it's tough to see, and I don't like to see when some of the best quarterbacks in the league are hurt, because they're some of the most dynamic players to watch, and it kind of stinks.
And last week, we had Mark Duffner tell us what a great guy he was, what a great leader he was. This is his third major injury in 6 seasons. I think he had a shoulder, and I know he had the ACL back in 2020. He is a great player, and with those receivers, they're a contender when he's on the field and healthy. The problem is they haven't been able to be all together on the field and healthy.
Yeah, the task now, I mean, I think they'll stick with Browning because they did a couple years back. They're 2-0, out 3 months, figure that's 12 games. When Jake was in there before, he had him at 500. So they go 8-6.
Yeah.
They can still stay in this thing. Which Jake Brown, I think they think Jake Browning can do that because guess what? They have maybe the best receiver in the NFL and another great player on the other side. We saw the other day, they can get teams, if a team doesn't get away from them, those guys can make enough plays to keep the Bengals in it. They'll be interesting to watch because they don't back down when Burrow's out.
The problem that they're going to have is that their offensive line is clearly not good enough.
It hasn't been for a while.
No, it hasn't, Guy. And their defensive line, the interior, doesn't appear to be either. And Trey Hendrickson can do a lot, but he can't put his hand on the ground and play in a 3 technique. Well, he could, but you don't want to do that with him. So they've got some holes there. And in the AFC North, where you've got Pittsburgh and Baltimore, it's going to be tough to stay in contention.
Absolutely. Let's check in around the division. The Texans were on Monday Night Football last night and lost at the last second to the Bucs. And now the Texans are 0-2 coming in here this week. John,
yeah, and from the Jags' perspective, the Colts are dangerous, and I only mention them because they're in first place. So by not talking about them in this, I'm not ignoring the Colts. But if you think the Texans are the division favorite, which I still kind of do, then getting them in a hole on Sunday would be a major deal. They've lost to 2 good teams, so let's not write them off. Yeah. The Rams are good, and the Bucs are sort of sneaky good. So they have holes. Clearly, the Texans do. But they're going to be a hard out Sunday because of desperate team syndrome.
Agree. I think the difference between the Jaguars and the Texans in the last couple of years has been more from an attitude perspective, right? The way that they played the game, the confidence they had in themselves, their quarterback, and their coach, and they were a resilient ball club. And John said that they like to play bully ball. They like to beat you up. Well, that's the way that Liam Cohen and Tony Boselli and James Gladstone have built this team. So I expect the Jaguars to understand the circumstances on Sunday and come out and match that bully attitude with one of their own. And I don't think that the Texans are that much better than this football team. But they've won the last 2 division titles, so a nod to them.
Definitely one of the matchups I'm most looking forward to, just because of that mentality to kind of see how they match up. So
it's a big test to establish. If this team thinks it's physical, then they want to be the most physical, tough team in the division. They've got to show the Texans that they're that tough.
I would like them to find where 0 is and run right at him. Over and over and over again.
Run it. Let's go to the leaders of the division right now, though, the Colts. They're 2-0 after some dramatics at the end of their game against the Broncos. And I'm not going to lie, I'm not going to give them too much props, but Indiana Jones is a great nickname, and Daniel Jones has really been doing something there. John, we never feel like they're out of the mix totally. It's almost one of those teams where it depends what time of the year we play them, what they're going to look like. But with Daniel Jones, it seems to be working right now.
Well, they're a good roster, and they obviously have a great running back. Their issue ever since Luck got hurt has been the constant search for the right guy to elevate what has always been at least a decent roster around the quarterback. I don't know that Daniel Jones is a Pro Bowl player. He has unbelievable numbers this year. I don't know that he's a Pro Bowl guy. He might be, but it certainly, Brian, seems like he's at least a guy who can have that team functioning. To me, they're dangerous because of that. I mean, you're 2-0.
Yeah.
It takes a while to dip back to the pack. So they're dangerous, and you got to go beat them.
He's the latest version of Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold, former high pick that has to go to another team. This is his third team now, because remember, he signed with Minnesota last year after the Giants let him go. I think Jonathan Taylor is the second best running back in the league. Saquon Barkley is obviously number one. But Jonathan Taylor, when he's been healthy, and that's been the key, John, is he hasn't been able to stay healthy. He's had a foot or ankle injury that has slowed him down the last 2 years. But, I mean, he was the league's leading rusher a few years ago, almost 2,000 yards. Now that he's got a quarterback, he's even more dangerous. I didn't think that this roster was very good, but with Daniel Jones unlocking Jonathan Taylor, all of a sudden guys who were kind of okay are all of a sudden playing at a much higher level. But I think Daniel Jones was that guy, the key to getting this team going, and they are very dangerous as long as Jonathan Taylor stays healthy.
Yeah, Taylor's also that guy at running back. Clock is ticking, but right now he's at a peak of ability, still in his prime, and now the experience. So he's right at that sweet spot of being absolutely elite.
If they can keep him healthy, they're going to be a really big problem in the AFC.
It'll be interesting because the Jags don't actually play them. They play them pretty close back-to-back, not quite back-to-back, but much later in the season. So we'll see how this kind of progresses for them from afar until we get to play them a couple times. Stay with us here. We'll tell you what's going on the rest of the week and what you can look forward to seeing here on Jags A.M.
Since 2014, there's been only one official home builder of the Jaguars, Dream Finders Homes. With quality-built homes and a speedy move-in process, we're in 20-plus communities in the best locations across Northeast Florida. Dream Finders Homes is everywhere you want to live. So get off the sidelines, Jags fans, and get into the game. Let Dream Finders help you navigate your home purchase and offer great interest rates. Visit DreamFindersHomes.com for all your move-in ready homes and step up your game.
My husband, Steve, was diagnosed with prostate cancer. They only gave him months to live. That was years ago. Now, he's out there, under the tree. Nature photography is his thing. And apparently, so is catching poison ivy.
Oof, so itchy. UF Health. Human progress has no finish line.
NFL fans, when it's time to get Jaguars tickets, you can tackle game day with total certainty with Ticketmaster. With 100% verified tickets available all season long, you can count on getting in with ease and spend time focusing on the good stuff. Even if you're headed to the game last minute, you can still score seats. Want to meet up inside the stadium with your crew? Transferring your tickets is an easy handoff. So get those touchdown celebrations ready and score your tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Jaguars. Federal employees keep our country going, and GEHA is proud to keep them going with health plans exclusively for them. GEHA was started by postal employees in 1937, and today they offer all federal employees a network of 1.7 million providers and a health plan for every stage of life. GEHA is trusted by millions of federal employees and retirees across the country. GEHA. Find your federal health plan at GEHA.com. Hey Jags fans, stop dreaming of creating your game day fan cave and build the Jaguars den of your dreams with ZipChair. When it comes to maximum comfort, ZipChair.com is the only place for officially licensed Jaguars recliners, sofas, bar stools, office and gaming chairs, all featuring high-quality embroidered Jags logos. Crack open a few cold ones in the comfort of a Zip Chair and make your home the place to be on game day. Head over to ZipChair.com and save 20% today. Use code JagsRadio at checkout. ZipChair.com, furniture for fans. Ride Now Power Sports is a proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. The pick is in. CF Moto is your top draft choice for excitement on the road or off. Don't miss the All Cylinders clearance event with financing as low as 0% or rebates up to $1,500 on select vehicles through September 30th. Make your winning drive today at Ride Now Power Sports Beach Boulevard. Mention Jaguars at the time of purchase and score big with CF Moto. See the full lineup now at ridenow.com.
Jags fans, if you want customized Jaguars furniture for your home, check out zipchair.com to browse all the customizable options. Zipchair is furniture for fans.
Hey, read it. We've all done one play here or there this game. All right, it's on all of us. Move on, flush it. We're fine. I got to get you guys the can on that. Hold the line. I got to signal it. Make sure we're lined up legal. 2 plays in a row there. We're messed up. You guys take care of that. I'll do my job. You guys block. We're fine. Let's go.
Real quick, after all that, we still got points on that drive. They have not stopped us yet. We'll keep hammer the details. They will not be able to stop us the rest of the game. But we're on our... Let's go. Offense on 3. 1, 2, 3. Offense.
Just like me in the commercial break, guys. We got to all be on the same page. I'm hyping you up. That's nice to see we've got...
Except I made all the mistakes.
No, no,
not all.
We're all in this together, John. It's all of us. We got this. That's Trevor Lawrence on the sideline, Robert Hainsey as well, 2 your captains there. Mic'd Up's going to be released tomorrow night, or Mic'd Up might already be out. Sounds of Game will be released tomorrow night, and it's nice to see a little bit. We also put out the post-game locker room from the loss, which is something we haven't done before, and I don't see a ton of around the league as well, and it was very interesting to kind of see that perspective.
What did we talk about, on Monday in Jags Wired? How radically transparent this head coach is. I mean, he holds nothing back, and it is so amazing to have that because, as you mentioned, very few people do. I think it tells a great story.
They're doing things the right way, and when you do things the right way, you don't mind who sees it.
Yep.
Absolutely. Who are you guys talking to this week? What are you looking forward to?
I'm talking to one of the team captains, Robert Hainsey. And I'm looking forward to that. I don't know him very well. He's been impressive as he's come in, elected captain his first year, in his relationship with Liam Cohen and how he has sort of been the leader of transition, or one of the leaders in this transition. He's a cool story to me.
I'm going to talk with Matt Edwards, the defensive line coach. Obviously, it's a big challenge this week. And I also want to check down Parker Washington and get his thoughts on being a guy that Trevor counts on.
Absolutely. I'm checking in with another captain. I'm going to be off the field with Jordan Lewis this week.
Ooh, he's good.
Who is on the Ozone podcast, and he's just a really interesting guy, so I think that'll be fun as well. Of course, we'll be back on Jags A.M. tomorrow. We're going to do a deep dive. We'll tell you all about the Texans and what to expect in the matchup.